wall. The wall's not at an angle to us. All right, so let's say we put the hero here. We put him in the foreground like this, and to create a depth within the character. We have him in the foreground. We're going to have maybe some furniture or something in the middle ground, and then we'll have the villain about to jump out the window there in the background there. And actually, even in the extreme background, we might even put some more skyscrapers. Actually, to establish the fact that they're in a city, we'll just put another window here, and we'll put a bunch of buildings.
Gotcha.
Right? So we got him over here, and is the damsel in distress. Although it could be a guy in distress, and this could be a superheroine. We don't
That's
want
right. They
right.
could be anything.
In today's world.
But you'd better do it the way I told
Right,
you.
right, because
Okay.
I never want to deviate from the writer's script there. Okay, so I've got that. This is it.
So you've made your rough layout, and you know now where everything goes, and nothing will go off the page or off
Absolutely.
the panel.
From this point on, I can relax now because all the work has been
The
done.
thinking has been
Right,
done.
right,
And you don't like to think, so that's over.
right. So let's say start over here.
I didn't mean that. Now we get the black pencil, and everybody can see. This
All
will
right.
be fun. Go
Okay,
ahead.
let's see. Well, we don't have. Okay, I'll start with the ear. A lot of times I'll start with.
Yeah, you've
parts
always
of the
been
face.
big at ears.
Yeah.
Talk about that in the bullpen. All right.
All right, and that's the muscle of his neck there, and then okay.
This is the hero you're doing, who's
Right.
in the foreground.
Right, he's got a big manly chin.
Oh,
here.
is he ever? Yeah.
And maybe we'll put like some lines. That's the shorthand for like I'm.
He's tense and
He's
excited.
tense. He's worried. Whatever. Okay, we'll give him some hair here.
If it were an idea, there'd be a light bulb over his head.
Absolutely. Okay, I'll give him some hair.
It's funny, even with that short sketch, he looks powerful and somewhat handsome.
I'll give him a-
even as rough as it is.
I'll give him a real thick neck and pretty much
Yeah.
the I guess Roman features, which is sort of a bigger brow,
Yeah.
a jutting chin.
Well, you're lucky I'm sitting here, so you have sort of a model.
Oh, there you go. Right.
Okay.
Okay, and then we got the shoulder here. Mm-hmm. I don't know, tricep. I think that's what it
You're
is.
good at elbows, too, I've been noticing that. You know, you make it look so easy. That's the thing that really is amazing.
Actually, it comes with practice. You know, I've drawn this a lot. I mean, hundreds of times. I
Not
guess.
this one picture.
No, but this kind of angle.
I know.
You know, every time I do a new shot, it takes a little more time. But generally, after the amount of work we do is very labor intensive. So after a while, you find that you've just drawn everything. You know.
Yeah, there's probably very little that I could suggest that you haven't drawn in some form or other, right?
Yeah, I've done a lot of different kinds of story. I've done aliens and outer space and
Yeah.
inner city and ghettos and all that stuff. And we'll give him a cape.
Okay. Well, he's a
Well,
superhero.
He's getting close to looking like someone.
I know.
But, we'll give him a glove. There we go. All right.
All right,
And then
now
maybe
he's not Superman anymore,
Right,
right?
and then-
Now you can mention it, it's all right, as long as it isn't him.
right. And then we'll put like a diamond thing that's just a design element or something
Uh-huh.
like that. And then maybe a little rendering here. Okay. And then we'll put some back muscles in here, and then maybe a belt, and maybe the leg like that.
I've always been good at drawing belts, because apparently it's just two lines.
That's right. But what I see with that is there's a cylinder here. There's like a disc.
Like you were talking
Boom.
before,
Right.
everything is
right.
a basic shape.
Right. And I've all these muscles here. All these muscles here have
Of which you
round
don't
shape.
know the names of.
No, well, the arm ones are pretty simple. You know, those are the ones that
Well,
hurt
when you said
in
tibia
PE.
earlier, that really
Tibia?
impressed me. Well,
Did
you
I?
said something like that, tricep or something.
Tricep,
You
right?
can see what an expert I
Right,
am.
but like the back muscles, I have no idea what they do. But I'm not one of these guys that's a real stickler that you have to put every muscle in there. I think the most important thing is the shape of the form, the shape of an arm, the shape of these various things, and how they interact with one another. Okay, so now we got him here, and actually maybe we'll put his hand here, right?
Could you do me a favor? Could you give him a little beard, even though he's a hero?
Well, maybe
Just so that in no way does he look like any character that we may be familiar with.
Right. Well, you know what? I'll tell you what. We'll put a little stubble here.
Attaboy.
There we go. Stubble's in these days anyway. All right.
That's great.
Okay.
Now he looks villainous, but that's okay, because today's heroes, many of them are rugged and
It's an
they
ambiguous
don't look
hero.
all that hero.
And I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
We'll we'll get the bigger marker and we'll give him a superpower. Yeah, you can energize his fist. I don't know with what, but and we'll put here these. I call these Kirby crackles. I think he got started. It creates the illusion or aura of energy.
That's absolutely right. Yeah.
And you can just go on for these forever. I mean, there are people that just will spend hours on this. But since we don't have hours, that's the shorthand here. And to make it seem like there is some movement where he's coming forward, I'm going to have this sort of trail back. See?
Oh, so you know the hand had come from
right,
there.
right. And there's ways, if there was a guy here and he had walked through the room and he's smoking a cigarette, I'll show that smoke waft through back. And so you can tell that story. You can show that he moved through the room without actually drawing it.
It's interesting, Jim, the way you referred to this as shorthand, and this is shorthand. And in comic books, there are so many shorthand things that you do, these little dots and lines and speed lines that can tell a whole story without having to explain it.
Right.
I just felt I had to contribute something. A little funny.
No, you're absolutely right. I mean, if you distill it, all it is ciphers. You know, because there's no way you can replicate reality here, nor would you want to. Anyway, all right, now we got I'll jump to the villain because since I've already mapped in the background, I don't have to worry that it's going to work or not.
You know it'll fit.
I know it's going to work. I think. So we'll give the evil guy the villain a cape too. That way, I don't have to draw as much of him. And,
that's right, because the cape hides a lot of the body.
You got it.
Smart.
Right, and you know what? I think I'll even have the cape. Not that I would recommend kids to do this, right? But, make it move like that.
And from this comes 8.2 million sales, right?
Well, there are a lot of people that helped. Chris Claremont, the writer, and the whole Marvel marketing machine. Marvel's very successful in the comics marketplace. They know what they're doing.
You get your payoff later.
Right.
Now, this is the villain who's got the girl.
Right. And you know what? We're going to give him a lot of armor.
Because he is one powerful villain.
Right, gauntlet. And we'll give him a couple spikes here to give the impression, a little fearsome aspect here. All right, and then, I could cheat here and just give him a big bubble for a head or something. But
no, you're not going to do
that.
Okay,
right.
Not with millions of people watching this tape.
Okay. Since it's a smaller drawing, I'll have to go to a finer pen here to do the detail on this guy's face here. But let's do that, and because we're in the '90s and it's a little hipper, we'll give him a ponytail, and what I really think makes for successful comics is pushing things to the extreme, like taking it over the top, taking things to the logical extreme. If there's a villain, he's got a ponytail. That hair should be blown in the wind, and it
Absolutely.